Pretty good wood pile. Stuff is solid, man. Very solid. My arm is done. A grouse just flew above my head. I'm huffing and puffing, guys. I am back up in a spot where I did a video last December and it absolutely blew up. The video that, there goes the grouse again. The video that started my channel snowballing. So we are at the 2-night winter bushcraft camp video where I built a lean-to shelter. And I stayed in it for 2 nights and it snowed and everything. Well, I haven't been back here. I came back one time in February. Haven't been back since. So now I'm walking through these woods in the hopes of finding it. The plan for this trip is to find my old shelter, build it up a little bit more weatherproof, because tonight it's going to get down to -2 degrees Celsius and tomorrow night -11 with freezing rain. So that should be lots of fun. Finding this is turning out to be a little bit more difficult than I had hoped or imagined. I was able to find it again in the winter, like I said, in February, but I can't find it for the life of me, man. Look at this place. It's just rock and pine trees. Oh, I drove a long way to get here. We gotta find it. We gotta find it. I have honestly no idea if it's even still here. I do not know. I really, really, really hope it is. Really hope it is. If not, we'll do a different video, camp in a different style, but I really want to do this. Oh snap, there she is. I see her. I see her. Okay, cool. Can you see it yet? Coming up to her. Pretty good condition, it looks like. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh boy. This is awesome. My bed's still there and everything. My twig bed. Heck yeah. Oh man. I alluded to this a little bit, this video, a little bit in my last couple of videos ago where I said, oh, it's time to do the dishes now, and I threw the big log in the fire. That was from this camp, and a bunch of you got it right actually. Oh man, this is so cool. I'm very, very happy this is still standing. Oh snap. Fits it and everything. Maybe not. Oh man, I'm pumped. I'm pumped, can you tell? It's very cool. So what I want to do now is I want to clean it up and I want to start adding thatching to the back. It's not going to rain today, so I'm fine today, and I want to start building a roof on top of it, like put some beams that are coming out from here to maybe this tree and there to that tree, and make a little thatched roof, even if it's only this long or something, like even if it only comes out to just past the fire, so that I can protect my fire from the rain and have a chill spot while it's raining. Oh man, this is pretty cool. Love it when a plan comes together. So let's go on a quick little tour of the shelter. The last time I was here, I camped here, I did not bring a sleeping pad, so I was improvising and using those sticks, which works somewhat. I have my Reflectix on top of that. This time I do have a sleeping pad, but I don't have a sleeping bag. Last time I had a sleeping bag. This time I have a wool blanket. And it's going to get really cold, like I was saying, so I'm going to be relying on this fire. Anyways, the sticks were all for my mattress. It had like this little bit of buoyancy to it. Got me up off of the logs. But I'm going to be able to replace those with my sleeping pad this time, which is going to be awesome. So I can take those and put them up on the thatching to have things stick more. I got some decent spider webs in there, so maybe we'll try and knock those guys out. I already had a tick on me, which is crazy. It's freaking November 8th. But anyways, good amount of headroom. You have a decent wind wall here, but I'm going to build that up higher, probably to the top of the ridgepole here. We have a situated on the back of an old fallen log, which has helped keep a lot of the thatching on. You can tell there's holes there, but that can all be patched relatively easy with all this pine needles and oak leaves and stuff like that. Yeah, man, pretty cool. A little gear rack. Oh, my fire pit too. Yeah, so this is completely off the ground, so you don't have to worry about like burning the roots or anything like that. This is all rock. So I'll build that back up too. These posts were here to hold in all the bedding material. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of comfortable, like a little crib, like a crib, you know, like a crib, like an adult crib. Oh yeah, plenty of room. The bed does not come past the ridgepole, so everything's gonna fall off there if I get it thatched properly, which I will. Okay, so first things first, I think I'm going to cut these pieces flush for a couple different reasons. Sorry, you can see how they're all up there. They look ugly, but that's not the reason I want to cut it flush. I want to cut it flush because I'm going to be putting a roof on here, and I want the roof to be able to go where it needs to go, not have to be like 2 feet higher than it because of some of those logs. But also the process of cutting those logs will shake everything in there, and I'm going to be thatching it, so I don't want to cut them after so all the thatching kind of falls off. I want to do it beforehand, and all the spiders and stuff are hopefully going to get shooken out of there, and then I'll empty them all out from the bottom. Time to saw. Working up a sweat, guys. Working up a sweat. November 8th out here. Alright, almost done. Almost done. Bam, son! I am going to put my gloves on for this. I just don't really know what's in there. I was already laying down on it and everything. Should be totally fine, but you got gloves. Oh, miniature gloves shrunk from the fire. Might as well use them. So, this will go good on the back. Yeah, that's something. Anyways, stuff. We'll put more on, but it'll help things stick. And it might not. It might actually impede. I might have to take it off and put the thatching down and then put that on. I just thought of that after I put that down on there. Well, that's pretty good. Not too funky. I'm going to let this, it is a little damp, so I'm going to let this air dry. I'm not going to worry about putting anything on top of here right now because all I have to do, like I said, is my sleeping pad and then my wool blanket. But I do want to clear off all the leaf litter from around here in the immediate area so I can have a good fire. I think what I'm going to do is kind of rake it or shovel it with my foot all to one side, and then I'll be able to use it for thatching on the top. Oh, the spider webs. We got to get rid of these danky spider webs. Oh, that's a good one. Get rid of that one completely. I'm going to have to fix up my fire reflector too. Lots of projects for the next couple of days. I'm stoked. Glad to be back. I wish this place was closer to my house so I could come here more often. This stuff last time was what I ended up using for most of the thatching. Just this like composing duff, but there was snow on top of it too, so I couldn't really use the leaves. And a lot of the time, so after it got warm for my fire, it would drip. But there's no snow on it this time, so that's a good bonus. Should be able to thatch this pretty good. There we go. It's looking better already. And a nice pile of thatching material. My fire pit's all cleaned off. Might want to make it a little bit longer. Well, this is nice and clear. All I want to do now, really, is clear back behind here, behind the fire reflector, because 9 times out of 10 the fire reflector does catch on fire. I don't want all those leaves catching on fire, and it does need to be built up way better. That's like the old burned remnants of it. I realize this may sound silly, but this is one of my favorite things to do in shelters like this. I don't know if it was from Ray Mears I originally saw it, or Dick Prenicky, but just kind of stick, kind of sticking your axe into your seat log, and that's where it is whenever you need it, kind of thing. Pretty cool. So I am going to do that, and I'm going to put my axe mask away so that I don't lose it, seeing as how it's brown and the ground is brown. Silly? Silly? Let me know what you think in the comments. Man, this weather is crazy. I took my sweater off there like half an hour ago or something. Now I'm freezing. The sun is out and going behind clouds every now and then, but it's really the wind. Okay, so I gotta continue. I gotta start thatching the back of it now. Thatching the back, preparing for tonight, because it's 12 o'clock now. I've only been here for a couple hours, but it gets dark at 5. It gets dark at 5 p.m. these days. So we got lots of work to do today. Look how cool that thing looks. Man, I like that. I did end up knocking those twigs down before putting some thatching, but I haven't even touched the top yet. I feel like I'm going to start thatching at the middle and work my way up. I don't need any on the bottom. The bottom is still pretty thick, and it's below where I'm laying. I don't need to worry about the waterproofness there. So I'm going to start there where I did. You can see the fresh ones, about mid-height, and I'm just going to put as much as I can on. Lays pretty good, and then I'm going to throw those other sticks on top of it. Just kind of hold it down. You know what I mean? But I got lots to go. Lots to go still. Well, the thatching's almost done. I'm pretty impressed, pretty pleased with how far I've got so far. There are a couple little holes here and there, but I'm going to take my time and patch those pretty well. I'm hungry though, and I want to eat some foods. And stopping, you really do chill down. So what do I got this time? I got some Havarti. Some smoked Havarti. Should be pretty good. I don't know that I've ever tried smoked cheese before, if I'm being honest. And I got some pepperoni. I'm going to give this a shot. Oh, it smells delicious. It smells smoky. Imagine that. The smoked cheese smells smoky, guys. Derp-de-derp. Let's try a piece. Try a piece out. Man, that wind is ridiculous. Oh, nothing wrong with that. That is pretty good. So we're just going simple lunch. I have this for today and tomorrow. I got some good food to cook. I got some salmon for tonight. And I brought my Svante Frieden reflector oven. So I will be able to cook salmon like a broil salmon. Basically the same way I did my lake trout. There's one of them spiders. Basically the way I did my lake trout in woodland caribou. I brought a lemon so I can cook it with it. That'll be pretty good. And then tomorrow night I got the staple. You know, they had to bring the old steak. I had to. But we'll save that for tomorrow night. Tonight will be a little bit easier going than tomorrow, I think, because it's supposed to start raining around 3 o'clock and rain till about 7 o'clock p.m. So, yeah, it'll be right around supper time. It'll be a little bit more difficult to cook. But hopefully by then I have my roof built and all that stuff. Goals. Goals. That's pretty good. I'm really not that close to the water. There's a lake, I don't know, a couple hundred meters that way. So I'm going to go fill up my my pot and my cup. So I have water here. Got to have everything ready before it gets dark. It's not going to get dark for a few hours still. But I got to do firewood, water, keep building. It's my favorite time of year, guys. This is ideal. Cold in the mornings. Oh, I wanted to reiterate that it's not going to be -11 tomorrow in the daytime. It's -11 at nighttime tomorrow. So around 3 to 7 when it is raining, freezing rain, snowing, it's not going to be just snow. It's a warmer temperature then. It's probably only right around -2 or something like that. But then in the middle of the night is when it drops to -11. So only having my sleeping pad and my wool blanket. I am going to still have to have a fire going all night long for tomorrow night for sure. Tonight maybe I can get away with only stoking it a couple times, but tomorrow night has to be a full fire. So I am going to even find larger rocks and line the back of the fire reflector with it so it doesn't catch on fire, or so that it has less of a chance of catching on fire. Alright, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to hang out for maybe about a half an hour. Just relax here, sitting here for about a half an hour, eat some food, and then it's back to work. It's back to thatching. I can finally wear my Fall Raven granite shirt without it being just way too hot. I've worn it on the past few videos, but really coming into its own now, these temperatures. So lunch was good. I gotta show you something here behind the shelter. A reason why I'm even extra pleased that this thing is still standing. You never know. You know what I mean? I haven't seen this thing in basically a year. One time in February for a couple minutes. But I don't live anywhere around here, and I have no way of checking on this or knowing what's going on, or even the weather, the wind, any kind of stuff for that. This area, I don't just check it when I'm at home for no reason. Let's go see what I'm talking about. Not just rambling on for no reason here, I promise. So this fallen tree is literally 20 feet from my shelter, okay? This tree could have fallen anyway, and any of these trees can fall anyway. Look at the amount of substrate underneath, right? So that was basically growing on rock. Like you can see the bare rock, that's where the roots ripped up here. It's just growing on pine duff. And then rock. The roots spread out. So there's no great big tap root, but they kind of spider web out on top of the rock. So that means that this tree could have fallen on my shelter, that tree could fall on my shelter, that tree could fall on my shelter could fall. The trees that are literally holding my shelter up could uproot and fall over. So many different things could happen. Somebody could have came and trashed it. So many different things could happen. So that is why I'm super impressed and happy to still see my shelter standing. Let's go check out this tree that fell. It's a white pine. Let's go see if there's anything salvageable off of it. You can see it didn't fall too long ago. It's all still green. Unfortunately, white pine is garbage for thatching materials. You can see the pine needles. They just don't lay flat. I mean, the way that it's laid out is it's no good for thatching. It can use it for sure, but it's just not as good as what I am using. So unless there's like just some straight pieces that I need, or there are some dead twigs on there. There's not really too much that I can use off of it. I was hoping for a nice forked stick, but there's not too many on that either. So maybe later on I can find out a use for it, because it'd be nice to use it, even though because it's died, because it's dead. It's just laying there. It's just laying there. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. See, this is a problem. These stupid baby ticks. See them? On my leg. That's the second one I've had on me so far, and I haven't even really been crawling through the bush too much. I did lay down on this bed, but what's sketching me out isn't the fact that they're a tick. Ticks or whatever, they suck, but I don't care. But they're small. I don't think they're just babies. I think they're a whole different kind of tick, which isn't good. Small ticks, from my experience and my knowledge, are not good. Oh, we're taking over. My wife believes that the earth is going to be taken over by ticks. That's how we're all going to die. Post-apocalyptic tick man. The tick. I've added a bunch more thatching. I'm really liking the way it's looking. Just kind of looking underneath here to see if I see any sunlight coming through. The only spot I really do see is just right here at the very top. So it tells me it's pretty good. I'm going to add some up to the top, go around back and look and see if I need any more. But I think I'm almost done that. I got to start getting firewood and thinking about tonight. Now, before I do anything else, I think I'm going to go down, grab some water out of the lake. Well, I got my water. I'm going to put it underneath here with my lid on it. Don't get too much stuff in it, too much leaf litter in it. And I can save that for later. Trying to not be precarious. There we go. Alright, gotta get some firewood, and I gotta get some start to building the shelter. Actually, you know what I think I'm going to do first is get out of the way, is get two big beams going frontwards. And even if I don't do anything more for the shelter today, at least I'll have those tied up and ready to go, and then tomorrow will just be a matter of putting logs on and thatching. So I'll do that and then get into some firewood. Don't glove up. Don't glove up. Time to get serious. My grandma's axe coming out of retirement. This dead white pine is perfect. Perfect size around. And yeah, good length to it too. She's stubborn. There we go. Keep all these twigs for kindling. My shelter's not too far back that way. Before I cut that pine up, I want to make sure that it's the right size, the right length. I don't want to have to lose any. I don't want to have to cut it too long or too short either. So what I'm going to do is measure it against my ridgepole, or the size I need here, because that ridgepole is a little long itself. The way I'm going to measure it is with my axe. So I'll go from just outside the tree because I want it to be have a little overhang. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I go about 4.5 of these, I'm golden. Just make sure again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yep. 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Mark it there. The difficult part might be holding it up there while I tie it, but we'll see. So I want to be able to make sure that I can stand up in here without having to duck. I can put it a little bit lower than I originally thought, which is better. Put it right about there. So I am going to try to tie it a little higher because it's going to sag a bit, I'm sure. Maybe I can try to rest that side on there. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to do a Canadian jam knot. Not going to go into detail about that. You can check out some of my other videos for that. I've done it lots and lots and lots of times. Alright. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work. I think something I've done 1,000 times is going to work. Okay, pretty good first one. Okay, now it's going to be a lot of adjusting. Does that look relatively straight to you? I gotta check it out. I gotta come see for myself. Straight enough. The log isn't very straight in the middle. It kind of has a little dippy poo. But overall, straight enough. There, my feet are off the ground. Slid it down as far as it's gonna move. Nice and solid. So I'm gonna find some two long pieces. Oh, that's a rude awakening. I just heard a couple shots pretty close to where I am here now. This is the first week of deer season, and I meant to bring an orange hat, and I never did. So that's a little dangerous. I'm out in the woods in camouflage. People are out here hunting. So I have an orange piece of paracord. I'm going to try my best to replicate some kind of hunter safety orange. Maybe tie a band around my arm or something like that. I know it's not enough, but it's all I have. I don't have anything fluorescent color really. I have a stuff sack, like my clothes are in, but aside from, maybe I can tie this around my arm. I don't know if it's that necessary though either. So we'll see. I'm going to use this. Maybe I'll go out and try and make my presence known, but anyways, I'm going to try and tie this around my arm or something like that. Alright, there we go. Well, I feel like Ultimate Warrior. A little macho man up in here. Oh yeah, brother! That's about perfect right there. I can still walk under it. And this thing doesn't have to be too very strong load bearing, because I'm not going to put too much on top of there. So this is fine for this. I actually don't even have to clean up the bottom side at all. The problem is the tree that I'm tying to is very wide, so it's going to take a lot of paracord, and I don't have that much. I got to re-up on my paracord supply. I need to buy a spool or something, I think. A little spool, old cord. Alright, so what I am going to do is just use my longest piece of paracord, sacrifice it for that. It's fine, I don't really need it for too much. Quickly, very quickly. Canadian jam knot. Tie a knot in the end. Tie a loose knot right underneath it. Okay, so I'm going to have that ready so that I can just tie my, secure my log very easily because it's already tied. You know what I mean. Well, how did you guys spend your week? Well, you know, I just tied some sticks on some trees and slept in the dirt. That's it. So what's up? The reason I left those big pokies on there is hoping that it will hold on the thatching material a little bit better that way. I am going around and clearing off any that might poke me in the old dome. Alright, so it's pretty good. I feel like I have to duck a little bit. Yeah, I have to duck a little bit to get in. But once I'm in, it's fine because everything else is going to go on top of these two. Yeah, so making progress. Taking a while, but making progress. Alright, I got this second ridge pull up going lengthways, and I just realized I completely joed up the whole situation. I have to, this first one here is just like even angled the completely wrong way. So if I want all my water running off right into my fire, then that's the way I should have it, but that's not what I want. But I'm losing light. I got to get a bunch of firewood for tonight, a bunch to cook my dinner on, and then just to stay warm with, considering it gets dark at 5 o'clock. So I'm going to retie this, and then it's firewood time. I found something over here in the woods growing. Found a cold beer. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's good or not. I just found it out here. Oh, my kind and everything. Would you look at that? I got Boogie. Oh, I do. I do got Boogie. She's getting cold, guys. 90% of the woods I'm in right now are white pine, but they do have like these scraggler oaks, these dead standing oaks that a lot of the times you don't even have to cut down, you can just push them over, and it is solid, like very dense, seasoned wood inside. So I'm hoping to find that, and I think I have right in front of me. It's exactly what I'm talking about. I know I'm not going to have to cut it because it's on an angle. Yeah, I'm going to pull that out of the ground, and then there's one, and this is all dense, like super dense stuff. I know it looks rotted, but it's not. There we go. Very dense wood. Nice and oaky looking. And not only there, but also here. So I got 3 really good pieces right in this area. Nice. Oh, and there's another one. A whole separate one, unless it broke off the one I just grabbed. Oh, this big one's about ready to go too. Oh, man. Okay, we gotta be a little careful here. This big boy is ready to go. This is way too big for me with my saw for what I want to do. I don't want to touch this. It's way too big. But I don't want it to fall on me either while I'm trying to get the other piece. There we go. Okay. Pretty good. A little banged up. Well, I didn't know where my gloves. One, you're going to go get wood and do some work chores and camp chores, and you have gloves and it's cold. Wear them. It's a hack. It's a scramble dome camping non-bleeding hack. Oh my gosh. Better. With my firewood almost complete for the night, I gotta get a couple more trees. I don't have to really necessarily cut them up just yet, but I do want to go try and find some flat rocks, some flat tall or big rocks that I can line my fire reflector with, so it actually bounces a bunch more heat back at me and I don't lose it. So this whole place is rock. I just gotta try and find the right spot that has exposed flat rock. Behind me here is a big hill. You can see some of the rocks sticking out there, so let's go check there. Yeah, something like this will work pretty good. I don't want to just throw it because I don't want to break it. Off of another rock. But that's pretty flat. I could kind of stick that behind and line it against the wood. I do have my gloves right there. Should be wearing them again. I kind of considered just getting rid of the whole fire reflector and building a new one, but a couple of these things are pretty sturdy still. Everything except for really this one, which I can pound in a little bit more. Or it might have been hitting a rock. That might have been the case. But anyways, I think I am going to keep them there. Keep them where they are. I can build on top of them anyways. Wooden fire reflector on top of them. This first rock I grabbed, I think, is going to do a pretty decent job of blocking, just so they don't catch on fire again. Yeah. A couple other really good ones too. So I really want to see which is going to fit the best. So that fits okay, but it's kind of, I would wish it would go longer as opposed to being on a diagonal. Ah, shoot. I think that's going to block more of the wood in that spot. Maybe I'll try this over here. Okay, so I can get another one to kind of stack back in there, but it's already, you can see what it's doing. It's going to just protect the wood even more. Yeah, cool. Okay, I think this will be the last piece for that. It's in there pretty good, blocks it. And again, it's not, nothing's 100%, but it's going to be a lot better than it was. I added a bunch more rocks. So the fire pit used to kind of end like right there. So I had that much, but now if you look at it as a whole, looks like a bunch of rocks. I got a lot more room. Well, I suppose this firewood's not going to cut itself. Pretty good wood pile. Stuff is solid, man. Very solid. My arm is done. Now it's just about 5 o'clock and I'm getting pretty chilled here. So I want to set up all my gear before I lose light. I want to set up my sleeping pad, my wool blanket. I guess that's it. And then I want to get my fire going because I'm pretty cold, like I said. I got extra clothes in here and I can put on another layer. I got long johns and I have one more layer of top, like a polyester top that I can put underneath my sweater. Oh, and I have a puffy. I still have my puffy jacket. I'm gonna get my puffy jacket. Puffy jacket! Got my Don't Shoot Me orange paracord necklace on. Puffy jacket's good. And as a bonus, ba-bam, son, a hank of paracord found in my puffy jacket pocket. So all is right in the world. I'll have enough materials to build, and that's a good thing. I gotta get the sleeping pad out. I brought my old school sleeping pad, my Thermarest Neo Air, not the X-Therm, just the Neo Air. It's not as warm as the X-Therm, but it's more durable. I feel it has like a rubbery kind of bottom. Because I'm laying it right on these logs, that's what I want to use. I'll let a little bit of air out. I don't want it super tight, super inflated. Less chance to pop, I feel that way. Nice. Ooh, that is sharp. I gotta clean some of these up. There's a stake back here that has a sharp point on it, but other than that, that's a perfect fit. Nice width. See this right here? This is what I was talking about. It's extremely sharp. So all I'm gonna do is get rid of this for a minute. Try and smooth this off some. There we go. It's pretty good. Keep making a point on it when I cut downwards. There we go. Perfect. I think for tonight I'm going to try and do the wrap method, where I have half underneath me, half on top of me. I'll see how long I can last that way, if I can last the whole night. Tomorrow's going to be a different story, but I kind of like having it like this. I can, very secure. It's very secure on me. These little stakes, man, I'm telling you, they make the bed so much more stable, more comfortable. There we go. It's home. Home for 2 nights. Oh yeah, man. That's perfect. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to a good night's sleep. It's getting dark. We're losing light. Obviously not on the camera once again. Should start shooting manual, I guess. I just found it very difficult to shoot manual when I'm zooming in and out and the aperture changes, and I'm out here in the woods running around doing a whole bunch of stuff. Where are we? Alright, are we losing light in this magical contraption yet? We are. It's getting dark. Okay. So, it's time to light the fire. I have birch bark here, but why would we use that? Why? That's boring. Everybody, you've done that a million times. Let's use Pringles. It says on it, you don't just eat them. You don't, guys, you don't just eat them. Okay? Yeah. So what else do you do with them? What do you do with them? Once you pop, the fun don't stop. I thought that's what it was. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. Oh, the fun's not going to stop. Okay, so we've all seen Les Stroud use Fritos, maybe Doritos. I think it was Fritos. I believe these will work as well. And I'm going to do it with a fire steel. So, first step done. So I've got some decent sized pine twigs laying around, some fuel wood to throw on this once it works, if it works. Is it working? Is it working? Will it light? No! Okay, give me one more shot. One more shot at this. There we go. Let me put some more chippies on it first. Let it grow. I'm not throwing this right down on top of it either to smother it. Bam, son. Pringle fire. Pringle fire. Hashtag Pringle fire. Get that birch out of there. What are we doing? I think this is. Sensing one stick in it. He's giving me troubles. Troubles. There we go, that'll be a fire. Excuse me. I'm gonna grab my salmon pretty soon. Set up my reflector oven, cook it in there. Wanted to let the fire grow big before I did that so we'd have a good amount of heat coming through. It's a nice big chunk of salmon. Oh, don't know if it made it. It's kind of bloody looking, and that's not good. Salmon shouldn't be bloody. Oh, it smells so fishy. Oh, it's mushy. It did not survive. It did not fare well on the journey. It smells so fishy. Ah, that sucks. Well, that's what we're eating. This big hunk of salmon, Atlantic salmon. Super, super, super fishy. Alright, well, hopefully the lemon will kill some of that. A little reflector oven from Canadian Outdoor Equipment. The brand is Svante Frieden. Alright, nice. Just gotta set it all up properly now. I can't even put it in with it there. There we go. You can see it's starting to cook up a little bit, starting to shrink and crisp up. We take a nice hunk of butter and just lay it right on top of there. Let that melt slowly. Put it in a couple different spots. Let that melt slowly on there. I got some steak spice on there too. And I will also cut a little slice of lemon, or a couple slices of lemon, I guess. Put them on top, and then after, I'll squirt it all with lemon. Can't have too much lemon on the salmon, you know. Lemon et salmon, right? That's right. No! There we go. Ba-bam, son. How good does that look? Hey? How good? Nice. I got these little tripods I just whipped up real quick. I had them from last time, I just had to retie them. So I want to get some broccoli on as well. I want to have some boiled broccoli with my salmon. Salmon rushdie. Sal Bass. What is that from? Old Sal Bass. Perfect. So that water's boiling now. I just checked. I'm going to take it off. This is that same water I got earlier today. I'm just going to slide it right over here, move it out of the way, and leave it there, because I'm not really ready to start boiling my broccoli yet. This fish needs a little bit longer to go. So yeah, we'll just wait till I put that broccoli in there, but I can cut it up right now while I'm waiting. So I got this pretty cool little plate at Canadian Tire. I know you guys in the States don't have Canadian Tire, but it's just a store that sells random stuff and tires. This is a North 49 plate, and it kind of pops open like those little fold-a-cup dealies a little bit, so you get a little bit of a lip on it. But anyways, it's like this plasticky, rubbery, whatever material. It worked good as a cutting board too. That's my point. The sides are not staying up for anything. That's what you get for buying a cheap little... Alright, there we go. There we go. So I got a big old fat sack of broccoli. Got them broccoli trees. My wife said she packed some broccoli for me for my trip. I did not expect it to be this much, but that's okay. Maybe I'll take a third of this. Maybe I'll have some tomorrow as well. But I got some rice and potatoes and all sorts of fun stuff. I don't think I'll need this, but regardless, I digress. It's almost time for another beer. Yep, cutting broccoli. Just cutting broccoli. Cutting broccoli. Still using this deering knife. Just getting used to it still. Loving it so far. When you got this much broccoli, you can be picky. You don't have to eat the stalks. Broccoli rich, you know. Oh, she looks almost done. I'm gonna put it on for a couple more minutes while I cook my broccoli up. My broccoli. Broccoli, celery, gotta be. What's the next words? Bum bum bum, bum 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 bum. Lima beans, collard greens, peachy keen, bum bum bum. There's never ever 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 been a show like bum bum bum. Never ever 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 been a show like bum bum bum. It's time for bum bum bum. Almost gave it away there. It's nice and hot, so I want to get the butter on it while it's still hot. Oh, it smells like broccoli. Smells like broccoli, boys and girls. Where did my butter go? Where did my butter go? There we go. I got another beer to drink with supper and holding out. I wanted to crack it earlier when I was just waiting for supper to cook, but I held strong. Now I can enjoy it with my food. Just gonna throw some little thin strips of butter on the air. Go grab my beer and then get my fish off out of the broiler. Out of the broiler. Yep. What do you think? Oh yes, safety Joe. What do you guys think about that? Pretty nice. These burned lemons can go off. I'll squeeze some more lemon juice on top of it. Pretty excited about that. Oh, she's flaky. She's flaky. Bam! Look at that. That's like a restaurant. That's like a high-end restaurant-y kind of look right there. Nice. Alright, I do have a fork somewhere, but I can't be bothered. Oh, she's a toasty one. Mmm. Tastes great. Doesn't taste too fishy at all. Oh, fresh lemon, Joe. What are you doing? Dropping the ball up in her. There we go. What was I thinking? What was I thinking, eh? Alright, new and improved fish. Super stoked. Super stoked on this food. Oh, yes. Yes. You guys ready for this? Something not previously seen on my channel. I've had it before. I haven't got it in a while because I was going more towards the citrusy type, but this is a little bit on the maltier side. This is Muskoka Mad Tom. There you go. That's a better view. So the Mad Tom. Excuse me, I want to eat some broccoli while I say it. All natural, premium, and pure. Muskoka Brewery Unfiltered IPA Mad Tom. Established 1996. Inspired by late night stories around the fire, Muskoka Mad Tom will instantly grab your attention. Dry hopped with Chinook and Centennial hops, this IPA has a vibrant aroma, depth of flavor, and crispy citrusy undertow like no other. Check your enjoy before date or beer, blah, 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 blah. Natural and filtered brewing process. This is a 6.4. The other one I drank was only a 4.7, I believe. The one I drank earlier in the daytime. Oh, I squeezed it. Oh, it smells good. It smells very good. Maybe my opinion on this was wrong. Maybe I thought it was too malty for some reason. Yeah, it is a little bit on the malty side. I like it. It's a colder weather beer for me. I'm not switching to porters. I'm not a porter kind of guy. But I will switch to more malty IPAs. You know, variety. It's a spice of life. Just like urine. Huh? Huh? What's that from? My feet are wet from sweat. I'm wearing these all day. They're starting to get really cold. So, I take them off, take my socks off, try and dry them by the fire. I do have one pair of extra socks I can put on before I go to bed, which I probably will do. Alright, it's subscriber mail time. I got some really good dessert from a subscriber. And I was wrong, he didn't leave a note, but I have his name. His name is Matthew, and he's from Australia. So thank you very much, Matthew from Australia. I got your package with all of the confectionaries, as well as a super rare to me Australian liquor, which is like a 52 or 57% alcohol, if I'm not mistaken. It's at home. I didn't bring it on this trip. That's for another trip. But oh, it's such an Australian name too, like Burndable or Burnaby or something Australian. But anyways, that's for another trip. What I got this time is, where's my light? Where's my light? Old Gold. So this is a super good chocolate bar. He sent me like 5 or 6 really big, good chocolate bars. This one's called roasted almond, dark chocolate roasted almond. Sent me like a rum and raisin and like a 70% cocoa one. A couple of the really big chocolate bars. So thank you very much. The wife is eating the rum and raisin. I did not like it. Can't lie. Can't lie. I'm not a fan of the rum. But the wife loved it, and I loved all the other ones, so thank you very much. I seem to have a lot of subscribers from Australia. I get a lot of emails and letters and things, comments from Australia, so thank you. Throw another No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to offend you like that. Thanks. Thanks, Matthew. So, pardon my ignorance, but does all of Australia have only deserty type of bush or outback? Outback. Can't say it. Outback. Anyways, what I'm getting at is different types of forests and terrain, or would it all be very deserty, very, very hot and deserty? I don't know much. Don't know much about other places. Let me know. I don't think I'd be as interested in going to a deserty place than like a lush green place. Right. Well, ever since the sun went down, I've been waiting for 10 o'clock so I can justify going to bed. I'm doing that now. It's 10:07. Hope I have a uninterrupted, good, warm sleep. I'll get with you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Good morning. I slept pretty good. I got up once at like 2 to stoke the fire. But I slept pretty solid until 2, and then from 2 until about 5. Pretty solid. From 5 on I was cold and moving around and feedling up and stuff, but for the most part pretty good. Oh, I'm chilly. I had to get up and poop. I had to run out of bed to poop this morning. I did end up, you know how I said I had it halfway, the blanket halfway under, and it kind of folded it over top of myself? Well, I didn't have enough coverage that way to kind of like tuck the covers around me. So it is still under the, well, not down here, under the sleeping pad, but only a little bit. So I have like 3/4 or more of the blanket to wrap over me. And then I ended up tucking it in on this side too. So it's kind of like sleeping pad, blanket, me, blanket wrapped around, tucked in sleeping pad. Like a little burrito of warmth. I've already heard some shots go off too since I've been up. It's 8:15 now. Well, I got up at around 7 out of bed, so pretty successful night, I think. Today's gonna be a big day. Lots of building to do. I'm gonna cook up some bacon and eggs right now. Relax for this morning. Try and warm up by the fire. I burned up all of my wood except for like 2 or 3 small rounds. So I'll have to get a little bit more wood too, I think, for breakfast and for warmth. I like waking up to the cold. It's invigorating. It's like my feet are numb right now. But I know 20 minutes, in 20 minutes I'll have a fire going. I'll have already cut some wood. I'll be warm by myself, warming myself by moving around. Then the fire and then the food are going to warm me even more. Oh, I can make a hot chocolate. I have an after 8 mint hot chocolate. It's not after 8, but it's after 8 in the morning. Always thinking, Joe. What do you do when you're batoning all of your wood, and you've batoned all your wood, and you need to baton your baton? Take your split up pieces of wood. There's 4 pieces here, which would equal 1 piece of wood. It's not as comfortable, but it's just as heavy and it works fine. My hands. I should be wearing my gloves. I used a lighter and birch bark this morning. No messing around. No Pringles, you know. No time for Pringles. I already popped. The fun stopped after the Pringles were done. Alright, that's a little better. I switched out the stick for a larger stick in diameter. Had a better one yesterday right there on the ground, but it burnt when it was boiling my water. So kick the fire down a bit too. It's super smoky, and that bacon is just getting saturated in smoke. In preparation for tonight, how cold it's going to be, I'm going to set up a space blanket, just like a reflector mylar along the back side of my shelter. Alright, I already got one piece up. I'll show you how I'm doing it. I'm using buttons. It's nothing new. I've done this hundreds of times before too on video. I'm leaving the space blanket doubled up so it's a little bit more durable. And that's about all the coverage I need anyway to cycle back the heat onto me. So let's put one of these up and show you how. First you need some kind of material like duff, a pine cone, a rock, anything like that. A good little handful like that size is perfect. Try not to have any sticks in there. Get from here. There we go. I have a small pieces of paracord. I have my duff or whatever it is that you're using. You go right to the corner of the mylar or whatever you're using to tie up. You can use like garbage bags, or if you don't want to use the grommets in a cheap tarp. Anyways, there's like a clove hitch you can tie, but I find 2 overhand knots is more than sufficient. Boom, now it's on there and you can tie it off to whatever. So I'm going to just tie it right up to the ridge pole. I'm going to fish my paracord through. Nice and tight up there. And I could just tie it off to itself. Ba-bam, son. Use as a little curtain too, like a little divider. Leave me alone! There we go. It's doubled up, so I could have easily got twice as much room here, but I don't feel like it's necessary. I feel like it's going to hit and circle down anyways, and it'll give it a little bit more durability because there's lots of pokey sticks coming off the back of this, so it could rip, and then once it rips, it's done. But okay, I got to get my eggs cooked. My bacon is done. Pan nice and buttery. I'll fry up my eggies. Alright, here comes the flip. You ready? Oh, bam, son, I broke one yolk. Broke one yolk. We got one intact. Oh no, I didn't even break it. Nice. She's slowly melting out. There, it's broken. It's broken now. That was a whirlwind of emotions right there. This is almost done anyway. I'll have my bacon and eggs. Bacon and eggs. Ugh. Ugh. If you didn't know, ugh is French for egg. The rest of it is just Joe. Alright, well I just got a call from the wife. There's an emergency at home. I have to go. It's beyond my control. I can't get around it. It sucks, and I don't want it to be this, but I have to drive like 7 hours to get home now. Like right now. I have to tear down camp and go. I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it. I'm going to try to get back here as soon as I can and spend a couple nights here. Thanks for watching. Bye.